Reynold Thakhuli is a spokesperson for the South African National Parks, and he joins us for more on the story, and he joins us via our video link. Reynold, thank you so much for joining us here on the late edition. Perhaps let's start off, by telling us about, this week when it is indeed National Parks Weeks and what this actually means for South Africans.
Thank you very much for having me, and good evening. This means that in this particular week, in fact, starting from tomorrow, certain of our national parks will open for day visitors for free. All we're doing this under the theme called Know Your National Parks. So all South Africans, they must just go to a nearby national park with their green ID, in fact, with their ID documents so that they can be able to participate in this week, a focus week on national parks.
And maybe if you can also give us a bit of insight here, what is exactly for free, and does this apply to all the country's national parks?
Certainly, we have about 21 functional national parks in 7 provinces of our country, with the exception of KwaZulu-Natal and the Northwest Province. So what it means is that, yes, all national parks will be free. People, will be allowed to come for day visitation. This does not include, your commercial, activities such as accommodation and game drives within the national parks. But they can come and enjoy their picnics within the national park system. They can also, come and enjoy educational awareness programs for school children. We'll be having pensioners' days, and all citizens are invited to be part of this focus week on national parks. We're very excited as St. Parks to be opening our gates once more for the 18th year this year, and welcoming South Africans in our parks.
Yeah, and Reynold, we understand that, if you maybe can give us a bit of information here when it comes to why this was actually taken up, in South Africa to allow a free, entry for South Africans into these national parks. I mean, you're saying that this has been running for at least 18 years now.
Yes, certainly. We are becoming part of the global community. In fact, national parks in areas or countries such as the United Kingdom, as well as United States, have been embarking on this national parks, campaign in ensuring that their citizens take pride in these national parks, and they come and learn and enjoy their time in various of our national parks. As you know, that in South Africa we've got quite a dark history. Certain citizens or certain populations of the country were not really allowed to come into these national parks. So we are reintroducing these national parks to the entire nation, to the entire South Africans. And hence we have chosen to open this week, especially in this month of September, which is known as the Tourism Month and Heritage Month, because as South African National Parks, we preserve everything in terms of natural resources as well as cultural heritage of our country.
And of course, it brings me to, when you look at the Kruger National Park, and we saw that matter taking place where a German tourist died at the Kruger National Park. And, a number of people are concerned about the safety should they visit that park. So what steps did the department take to ensure that, as many people continue to visit the Kruger National Park, that they will indeed be safe, while on that site?
I think we must just, make it clear, give some clarity here that we only had issues in one gate. We've got 22 gates within, Kruger National Park alone. So, and in that particular area, we have met up with a number of stakeholders, including the Tourism Business Council of South Africa, as well as the Lowveld Chamber of Commerce, where we came in and came up with a project of ensuring that that particular route is actually patrolled by private security. As you might know, that our jurisdiction is just within the national parks, the Kruger National Parks, not anything outside the Kruger. But we do assist when there is a need for us to assist. And we are happy to also report that even the communities that are living outside that particular gate, they're actually quite happy now that their kids are able to walk freely from school to home. So really, the tourism industry has come up together to ensure that we protect this natural resource, we protect people that are coming into the Kruger National Parks, being our domestic travelers as well as our international travelers.
I'm sure this has, made an impact here when it comes to those visiting Kruger National Park. Would you say that that matter did indeed dent the kind of tourism that the Kruger National Park enjoyed?
Certainly, to some extent, it has, because one person killed is one too many, and the loss of life really comes at a price. And this is exactly what we want to bring awareness to, so that the communities that are also living in the areas that are adjacent to our national parks, they should understand that these national parks are actually the economic hubs, because people come there to work. There's also SMME or enterprise opportunities within these national parks. And the people that are living in those adjacent areas are also able to start small businesses like your curio shops for people that are coming in and out of the national parks. So to some extent, yes, it has created a little bit of a dent, but we are really recovering from that with the understanding with the law enforcement agencies as well as our community members in those communities.
And of course, South Africa, like the rest of the world, is still recovering from COVID-19. How is the performance so far of the country's national parks?
We must really take our hat off, to South Africans, because as you might know that we have not really seen the huge numbers of international people coming into the country, but we take comfort in a sense that South Africans have actually been traveling to our national parks. So the recovery that we are seeing is mainly from the domestic market, and we definitely have to thank South Africans for taking time and enjoying their time in these open spaces, coming to see animals, and simply enjoying their time in our national parks. So we are still, really have not recovered in as far as the international market is, but we are seeing, a steady recovery coming in. But we must really take our hats off to our own people who have actually taken the initiative of coming into our national park system.
And of course, going into this National Parks Week, why should South Africans visit these parks?
I think it's exciting times for our country. And as SANParks, we are simply managing these national parks on behalf of all South Africans. So they are really the true owners of this national park system that we have in our country. So please, we invite them in numbers. We have seen that over 690,000 people since inception have actually taken advantage. Last year only, we've seen about 75,000 people. So we really need to surpass this figure that we've seen last year to ensure that every single South African know their national parks, they take pride in their national parks and enjoy their time with us.
Reynold Thakhuli, thank you so much for your time. That is Reynold Thakhuli. He is SANParks' spokesperson, just encouraging many South Africans to take advantage of the National Parks Week and visit your national parks.